If you're at all like me and your Corvette looks a bit like Frankenstein's monster after you finish the expedition, this is how you can farm hundreds of Corvette parts in an hour. So easy, okay? First of all, what you need to do is come to a planet that has salvageable scrap. We already know what that is because we've been through the expedition, right? Salvageable scrap is what you need. Get Corvette parts. Next up, head to that planet, get in your cockpit. Now, when you usually get out of the cockpit, you would hit X, go to leave the pilot seat on the little tool thing down here. Scroll over to it, but instead of clicking it, hold Control and then press 1, or whatever number you want to assign as your shortcut key, your hotkey for get out of the pilot seat. This is going to really help speed things up a little bit, just getting in and out of this cockpit, because you're going to be doing this a lot. Once you're out of the cockpit, hit F for your visor and have a little look around. You can see through the hull of your ship with the visor. Find a salvage container and tag it. Get back into your cockpit and head to it. And then just point the ship at it, come to a stop, and fire your cannons. And you have to use a weapon that has area of effect. So the proton cannon's really good here. Oh, the positron ejector works as well, as you can see. But the phase beams here, the phase beams won't work. You have to use something that has area of effect. And there we go. We've picked up the 2 cargo pods, a landing bay and a light scaffold there, along with some other bits and bobs. You also get things like this, the salvage scrap, which are very valuable. I've got all sorts of really valuable stuff out of this scrap. But there you go. You basically do that to salvage. You don't have to land. You don't have to get out of the ship. You don't have to go faffing around on the ground or anything like that. You just shoot the damn things from your ship, you know, and it will pick them up. And then you just rinse and repeat. Get back out of your cockpit, scan, tag, fly to it, and shoot. And you will fill your ship's cargo hold up and your own inventory up very, very quickly. Just like that. 2 small vents, 2 azimuth class reactors. And if you find yourself looking around and you're not finding any salvageable parts, you might have to just burn the thrusters for like 20 seconds or so in one direction and then basically try again. Let's see. There we go. You can always find them again. You might just have to move on a little bit. And so I've been following this technique for about an hour or so, pretty casually as well. And this is what I come up with. So this actually involved several trips back to the station to offload my ship inventory and so on and so forth. But that was completely empty when I started this technique, and that's how many pieces we have now. So there are still a few on here that are just 1 or 2 of these items, and I'd like to get them up to like 3 or 4 each of these items. It's things like the Super Cruise aerofoil, which is you know, is a really nice piece to have symmetrically on your vessel. So having just one of those is a bit of a letdown. So the same as over here with the cowling and the fairing. I've only got one of those, and the engine cover's only one of those. So we're going to keep going with this technique to see if I can boost these numbers a little bit more before I start building perfect Corvette. But that is essentially how you can farm hundreds of these components in a few hours. So there we go. I hope you found that useful. I do want to say a big thank you to all the people that commented on my previous No Man's Sky videos about basically with these tips. So not only shoot the things in the ground, don't land, but also binding, get out of the cockpit to a hotkey and things like that is all work together to make farming those components really, really quick and easy. Thank you all for those wonderful comments. Of course, don't forget that if you just need a few other modules, you can purchase some. So you can purchase the basic modules, which will give you things like the Thunderbird cockpit and so on and so forth. There's not a lot going on here in this one. I don't know if it varies from station to station, but if you have yourself a ton of one type of module, you can actually trade. So for example, say you want an ambassador class cockpit, you could trade, say, some components that you have lots of that you're not going to use. Like for example, I have a Zenith class reactor here. I don't want to trade all 3 of them though. That would be crazy. But let's just say, like for argument's sake, a ROP hopper wing module, it's unlikely to get a trade on that one. But say I don't know, 2 phase beams is low, and you slowly sort of increase this chance as you add more things to it. Moderate 48%. So yeah, that is also an option. But to be honest, I find it a lot easier just to go down on the planet and shoot boxes in the ground. Up to you. There's all the information. Use it as you see fit. Don't forget as well that when you do dig these parts out, you often fill your inventory up with these very valuable components. In fact, I picked up one before I started recording that was worth 2.1 million, which is crazy, which brings my total credits to 304 million now, thanks to the expeditions I've done. Bear in mind, for those of you that don't know, I started pretty much this character on the Helldivers expedition. I can't even remember what the expedition was called, but it was the one where you had to fight loads of bugs and stuff. It was gross. And then now we've got the Voyagers expedition and some kick-ass corvettes to build. So, like I said, I hope you found this useful. I don't know if it's new information or if it's been around a lot already, but hopefully someone out there has found this useful and I've helped them. In any case, if you enjoyed this video, thank you very much. And I hope you hit that like button. And if you want to see more from me, consider hitting that sub button. But thank you so much. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.